here at the youth conference today, and we're in the KIC Studios in the trailer, mate. What do you think?
So excited. I've never been anything like this, and it's just great to see a facility being used and getting children involved in TV and radio and sport.
And you know what? I got so excited by this trailer. We need to introduce you. Nobody knows who I'm talking to here.
And that's okay.
Right, so I am joined by our VIP of today. I think you are definitely a VIP, who has a few medals in her closet as well. Introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, so I'm Siobhan Fitzpatrick. I'm a Paralympic wheelchair basketball athlete, and I've competed in many a tournament over the last few years, world and European champion, and yeah, just a phenomenal career in sport, and today has just highlighted how much I love sport, and I wish that I had an opportunity like today to be able to get into sport earlier than I did. I think the buzz of the event is absolutely fantastic, and me and you are definitely having a great time, so yeah, very grateful to be here.
Yes. I mean, it is, as you say, there are so many opportunities these days to get involved in and to learn what you are good at as well. And so many events as well. And it's brilliant. And it's a little bit of the legacy of how amazing and awesome, and I'm very brummy. So I absolutely love the Birmingham 2022 games, and it's good that it's still having that legacy and people talk about it all the time. But this is why today has happened, and we are in KIC Studios. The trailer with the most amount of tech I think is possible to see in one trailer. It's absolutely amazing. But we've had a brilliant time today, haven't we? What's been your favourite highlight of today, actually? That's a good question.
I think bringing back on your point of legacy is that normally I go to Paralympic games and in different major tournaments, and it happens and it goes and no one remembers about it. I think what Birmingham 2022 and now United 2022 have been able to put on events in the community, in the West Midlands, in Birmingham, in inner city areas that don't have those opportunities. Children don't get to meet athletes, they don't get to try different sports, they definitely don't get to sit in trailers like today. So I think for those children to have, get off their phones and their TV screens and not just play football. We've had breakdancing, we've had UK Sport here doing events, freestyle football, netball, loads of different sports that children don't even know that's out there. We were talking about fencing, people don't even realise what they could possibly be good at and talented at. A bit like me, I didn't even know that wheelchair basketball was a sport 15 years ago. So I just think with events like today, and hopefully we can, legacy is a bit of a cliche word sometimes, but I think it's also really important, is that the 11-year-olds to 18-year-olds that we've got today being exposed to these things is just fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's more sports being added all the time as well, as you saw breakdancing. And I spoke to Rabaz today, who is a freestyle footballer, used to be a semi-professional footballer, and he realised that he could do a few tricks, learn on YouTube, and I mean, I might have forgotten. I definitely think he's got 5 Guinness World Records, and I was just absolutely blown away. And that's literally from him being good at something and then realise he was a little bit better than being good at something in the trickery side of things. And then he went on YouTube and just learnt about it as well. And he makes a lot of money doing that now. So there's definitely avenues on avenues on avenues, which has been lovely to see as well. And the kids really love the breakdancing today, didn't they?
I think it's just something new and different. I think when they come to school and do their traditional PE lessons where they have to do a tick box for the curriculum, today they've been able to see people and think of different opportunities. And like the discussion we had this morning with some of the children that aren't necessarily natural sport people, they're not natural athletes. Can they get into sports commentary? Can they get into being able to watch you being recorded and showing different things? Because I think I was exactly the same at their age. You think you can only become a footballer, you think you can only become a runner. They don't think about the wider implications of sport and media and culture, and hopefully the debate later on will get these discussions going a little bit more. But yeah, the freestyle footballer, I could just about kick a ball, not even in a straight line, let alone flick it over your head backwards with your eyes. Honestly, some of the things he's done this morning, absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, kudos to him.
You're more handball.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be good at hand-eye coordination.
But that's another talking point, actually, because when I was at school, we literally did football, and then in the summer we did athletics or netball. And they're the kind of three sports that I thought I was good at. I don't know if I was good at any other sports because that's all we did. But the fact that we can also, with this legacy, get people from the community in to actually showcase things, because there's probably not a lot of PE teachers out there that can just put on a breakdancing lesson. And these are the sports that are now in the Olympic movement. There's still sports in the Commonwealth Games that probably not all PE teachers are comfortable in doing in PE or know much about them. And I think you do get involved in a lot of things that is kind of because of your PE teacher. Unless you go out of school to find these things, you will actually never know. And I think it's important as well to draw upon people that just have a skill set or have something in the community when they're doing something, and then we can take that out of school and we can do a lot more in the community as well, and find out about all these cool new sports that people think are inaccessible but are actually accessible when you know about them. It might just be down the road someone's doing a breakdancing class, you never know.
Yeah, and a bit like my story, like I wasn't allowed to do PE. I went to a mainstream secondary school. I have a disability and I walk, so I don't use it day to day. So it's not a visible disability as such. And my PE, this is going to sound a lot harsher than it is because it's over, a podcast, but I wasn't allowed to do PE lessons because they didn't know how to include me, because I couldn't run and because I couldn't kick a football, the two traditional sports that you've just spoken about. They didn't know how to include me. And they thankfully carted me off as the token disabled child off to a podium event where I got to try loads of different Paralympic sports. I'd never even seen the Paralympic Games before on television. This was pre-London 2012, so it wasn't exposed. I didn't know another disabled person. I hadn't had that relationship with anybody else outside of school. But I love sport. My brother and sister are very, very sporty people, and I didn't have something for me. And I only joined wheelchair basketball because it was the club down the road. It was literally 5 minutes from my house. It'd been there for 25 years prior, but there was no advertisement. There was no flyers in the local newspaper, nothing. I didn't even know it was there. And I only went because my dad was like, well, I can drop your sister off at dancing and then I can drop you off at basketball. That was how it lit, God's honest truth.
Getting rid of both you really was, yeah.
And then it happened. I was terrible for the first 2 or 3 years. Honestly, didn't really enjoy it that much either. And then stuck with it and got coached, and I'm not a natural athlete. I have to train hard, and it isn't something that comes natural. And here I am now doing it as a job. So obviously things have happened in between. There's a long journey to get here. But I just think for me, the biggest message I can say to the listeners today is just go out there and try something new, because you might think you're going to be the next Ronaldo footballer, but you may be the next breakdancer. And it's the Olympics now, so give it a try.
You never do know. Try them all. That's what I say. As I was going to say, we're going into debate later, aren't we, at this conference today? It's interesting now because, as you say, you've got loads of medals in actually sporting performance, but you do a lot around that as well now.
Yeah.
And we loosely touched on earlier how, yes, you could be really awesome playing sport and maybe create a living that way, but there's also so many things out of sport as well in terms of broadcasting, filming, marketing, sponsorship, events management, all of that. So all encompassing, sport has a massive role to play in generally the whole world, because it requires a lot of moving parts. And this is why we'll link back, because we're in the KIC Studios trailer and it's still pretty cool. Like, I still say it, I'm like, this is rad. And anyone, I believe, can come down to the studios and just see what it's all about and see how we're able to do this today.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh.
I wish I'd have had this opportunity, because I'm only 26. It's not like I've still got more chance in my career, but I got an injury last year, so I missed out on Paris. And then thankfully it's been fixed and I'm still competing, but in the back of my head I was like, well, what else am I going to do? I'm Siobhan the athlete, like, I've got a degree, I've done a master's degree, but they're just bits of paper. Like, I've got no actual ground, like, work, official, on a CV, apart from the fact I get up early and train. There's not really anything concrete. And seeing this today, I'm thinking, oh, could I, there's just, your brain starts thinking. I just think if 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds start getting opportunities like this, I think that it's just crazy. Honestly, I'm in shock. It's absolutely amazing, really.
I've got to move with the times. Everyone's got a podcast these days. everyone's podcasting or filming or doing something, and that's a whole other career right there and then. And you might have an interest in just watching sport as well. I love watching sport now. I played a lot of sport, but I enjoy watching it now and presenting on it and doing all loads of things around it, and that gives me a lot of joy as well. And I get to just watch people be really awesome, which is far easier than training every day, if I'm honest. So yeah, you can download the KIC Studios app. We were talking
already
about this.
downloaded it.
Already
on the phone.
Already downloaded it.
I just think it's really important to support smaller channels.
Yeah.
Because you can turn on, Radio 1, Radio 2, but it's very broad. There's no niche topics. You can't really relate to it as much as... Whereas hopefully, I'm biased, I'm a West Midlands girl, but hopefully we can get people talking about topics that are actually going to change and make an impact in their community area. So hopefully, yeah, you've definitely got a new listener from me, KIC Studios. So I'm impressed. I'm excited to see where they can grow and how they can expand and hopefully get out on our channels and follow some sporting journeys.
Talking about that, I think it is really important to have younger voices in the world at the moment. I feel like if you watch mainstream TV, you do see a lot of slightly older people, and it's good to have a voice when you're younger as well. You might just want to record audio, or you might want to do some videos, or you might just be a little bit shy, bit unconfident, but the best thing to do is to just come and try something. Everyone's got an opinion. I just got a frog in my throat. Everyone's got an opinion, and to be honest, you guys, a younger generation, will know exactly what might be needed in this world, because it is ever changing. Who thought breakdancing was going to be in the Olympics? I definitely didn't see that one coming. I don't think they were doing that in Greek mythology. But it has happened, and that is moving with the times. So I think definitely a good move would be to come down to KIC Studios and tell us what you think.
I don't think we're going to get you out here, Jen, are we? I think you
I really generally love this trailer.
I do think as well, going back to your point about maybe not being confident about doing videos and audio, in this room it can just be yourself.
Yeah.
The good thing about this
you
trailer,
and your mate.
yeah, you can just have a bit
of
fun.
Like us right now.
Yeah, exactly. They can show you how to work it, and no one else is listening. And I think with a podcast as well, you put it out there. You don't need to listen to it back if you don't want to.
No.
If you only get one listening, if you just give it to your mum and dad to listen to, you've made that move and you've put yourself out there. So, yeah, come down here and give it a try.
Yeah, think of a new name and everything. Be a whole new human. There we go.
You're ready for this new podcast challenge, aren't you? You're loving it. So, yeah, I think it's just important.
I'm thinking of a new name and everything.
So, yeah.
But yeah, thank you for joining us today. I've really enjoyed meeting you and going round and chatting to loads of people. The day's not done yet. We've still got a bit more to go. I'm quite hungry now. I don't know about you. But yeah, hopefully we'll find some lunch. But yeah, we've got a debate this afternoon and then a little bit of a closing ceremony, and then hopefully we've lifted the souls of some young people, inspired them. I definitely know you have today. Not sure if I have, just trying to keep the energies high. And hopefully, even if one person finds something they're really good at or got talent spotted with UK sport, that was really interesting, by the way, the standing long jump, the, what is it?
1 kilometre time trial, and you've got to do a plank for longer than 2 minutes.
There you go. Everyone can literally do that at home.
I was pleasantly surprised, and then there's a regional talent day in Birmingham on the 1st of December, so we'll give them a shout out, UK Sport. So yeah, get onto the UK Sport website and check those dates, because without going to those days, you don't know what you're talented at. They've got breakdancing, they've got long jump, they've got running, rowing, skeleton, which is going to be on for many people. So yeah, I'm very excited about. Hopefully, we might see some new Brummy athletes in LA and in Brisbane.
A lot of sprinters going to bobsleigh. Just saying, lot of sprinters. You might be able to get a winter and a summer medal. Who knows?
It's too cold for me. I'm not a winter girl.
I know. I do like a woolly hat though. I do love a hat. Right. Thank you for joining us, and still loads to get excited for. But podcast over and out. Thank you very much.